Happy New Year, guys, and it's the 1st of January 2025. So that means one thing. The January transfer window slams open. Can it slam open? Slam shut? Slam open? It'll do. But we're going to look at all the latest news, looking whether it's a possibility and if that player would be a good fit at that squad. And there's plenty of stuff to get stuck into. Luiz Henrique looks like he's leaving Botafogo in Brazil to join Lyon. Does this mean there's an opportunity for Newcastle to get a right winger? Nuno Mendes has expressed his desire to play for Manchester United. Assane Diao looks like he's on his way to play under Cesc Fabregas at Como. That's an opportunity missed by certain clubs. With Diao leaving Real Betis, it looks like Antony could be on his way to Real Betis from Manchester United. Torino have sent a bid for Chelsea's Cesare Casadei, while Aston Villa are interested in Randal, Kolo, Muani. Casemiro could leave this January, and Real Madrid have put a sneaky bid in, 20 million for Trent. And finally, with the recall from Anselmino from Argentina, does he need a work permit before playing for Chelsea? We're going to get stuck into it all. I'm going to give you my thoughts. I would like to hear your thoughts. But before we get started, I want to say a big thank you for all the support you've shown us over 2024, whether that be on Twitter, YouTube, and big things start coming in 2025. 2025 is going to be the year of the mango. So if you want to join this fruit basket, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get talking about some transfers. So let's start with Luiz Henrique. As reported from Brazil, it looks like Luiz Henrique has decided to play for Lyon in 2025. This is significantly interesting because Ernest Nuama nearly left Lyon last season. Malik Fofana is a young, bright talent, and they've also got Ryan Cherki. Let's not forget, Thiago Almada is also moving from Botafogo to Lyon. So this opens a door for an exit. And when you've got the likes of Jared Bowen injured at West Ham, you've got the likes of Newcastle looking for a right winger, you've got the likes of Bukayo Saka, Arsenal needing backup for him. This opens a door for Malik Fofana, Ernest Nuama, or Ryan Cherki to leave the football club. Now, I actually think not signing Luiz Henrique directly from Botafogo is an opportunity missed because he started his career at Flamengo before moving to Real Betis. Now he looked like a bright, exceptional talent in Real Betis. He had to move back to Brazil because of a betting scam. He was part of that betting scam with Lucas Paquetá, and that's one reason why he left Europe to go back to Brazil. But he's absolutely shone in Brazil. 13 goals, 9 assists in all competitions this season, and he was undoubtedly one of the best defensive players in the league. He's a left-footed right winger, exactly what the likes of Arsenal need for backup for Bukayo Saka, Newcastle need to better Jacob Murphy, and probably West Ham could do with a right winger now that Jared Bowen's injured. So he would have been an ideal signing, but it does open the door for a Ryan Cherki. We all know about Ryan Cherki. The magic and creativity this guy produces on a football pitch is just a joy to watch. It's one of those players that you pay to watch. So I wouldn't argue against a Ryan Cherki signing. But then you've got Malik Fofana and Ernest Nuama, who could also be available. And Lyon, they need to better their finances. So I can undoubtedly see a Malik Fofana, a Ryan Cherki, or an Ernest Nuama leaving Lyon either in January or summer coming. And then getting on to Manchester United, it looks like Nuno Mendes wants Manchester United. Those are the reports that are coming out, and I actually think this would be a brilliant signing. Well, should I say, only if you can keep him injury free. He's athletic, he's strong, he's good on the ball, he's got good intelligence. He's played under Ruben Amorim before when he was at Sporting, so he knows the manager. It would actually be an ideal signing for Man United's left wing back position because he can defend, he can get forward, so he's got that creativity. The only reason it hasn't really worked at PSG is because of all the setbacks he's had in terms of injuries. So he is quite injury prone, so that is the only negative when it comes to Nuno Mendes. But if he can put that injury crisis behind him, this would actually be a smart move by Manchester United. When this kid was coming through the academy setup, he was regarded as one of the best up-and-coming fullbacks. So if he can reach his potential, Man United are getting a hell of a player. Just earlier, I was speaking on the importance of clubs looking for right wingers, inverted right wingers. Assane Diao going from Real Betis to Como to play under Cesc Fabregas. This boy is somebody I've been watching for a while, and this boy is a big, big talent. Two-footed dribbler, he's comfortable on both feet, he can go either direction, he can play, he's predominantly a right winger, he can play as a striker, can play as a left winger. He's got unbelievable pace, athleticism, ball carrying ability. He's so comfortable inside the penalty area, striking on both feet. He's literally turning into an absolute gem. So this is a brilliant signing for Como, but it's an opportunity missed by the likes of Newcastle United, who are looking for a right winger, Arsenal, who need backup for Bukayo Saka. And when it comes to Como, this is a brilliant signing for Cesc Fabregas. Quite an exciting one, because Como played good football under Cesc Fabregas. He's expressive, he wants his players to get at people, keeps the ball nice and tidy. They played very good football, and they've also got Nico Paz there, who's going to be an absolute talent, who already is an absolute talent, should I say. So the combination and the link-up play between Diao and Nico Paz is going to be beautiful. But this is a baller that every club should keep an eye out for. With moving to Como, he's going to get more and more game time, earning more experience, so he's just going to elevate his game to another level. And then would it be a transfer window without involving Chelsea? Torino have sent a bid, an official bid apparently, to Chelsea for Cesare Casadei. I actually think this would be a good move all round. I think Torino have got some very good young upcoming players. They're very good at development players, so it would be a good move for him, and he can be that Samuel Ricky replacement if he does leave eventually. Samuel Ritchie is an absolute baller, and he should be playing at a higher level in my opinion. Casadei as a replacement would be a good replacement. I think it would be a good move for him, but also a good move for Chelsea. If they allow Casadei to leave, they can recall Ugo Chukwueze, and I actually think that would be a smart move, because he's not getting any game time at Southampton, and if he does, it's very minimal, and he provides cover for the likes of Romeo Lavia, who's always injured. It would allow Enzo Fernandez and Moses Caicedo to get more rest, and Ugo Chukwo's profile is better fitted to Enzo Maresca's system than Casadei. So if a bid was to come in, I do expect Chelsea to accept it. Obviously, they're not going to accept something ridiculous, but if a reasonable bid did come in, I do expect, and I would prefer Chelsea to accept it, because his future probably lies elsewhere. So for the benefit of Chelsea and the benefit of the player, his career is probably best elsewhere. As reported by the French Football News, Aston Villa have joined the race to sign Randal Muani, 26, from PSG. PSG want over 60 million for the French international. Now, personally, I can't see this happening. I can't see Aston Villa wanting to spend 60 million on one player, especially a 26-year-old, especially when they've got Ollie Watkins and John Duran at the minute. I can only see this remotely happening is if John Duran leaves a football club, and I just can't see that happening in January. So I know it's reported at the minute, but I'm batting off this transfer rumour because I just can't see it. I don't know what you guys think. Let us know in the comments below. So I'm going to put 2 bullet points together here, and I'll explain why as I go. But Fabrizio Romano's reported not only Eriksen and Lindelof, Casemiro could also leave Manchester United in the January or summer transfer window. For me, if I'm a United fan looking at this, I'm saying au revoir, good riddance, see you later. I don't think there's any player in that Manchester United squad that's untouchable. I think if you get a decent price for any player in that squad, I would say apart from Amad Diallo and Lenny Yoro, actually, those two, everyone else can go. It's an unbalanced squad. The players just aren't good enough. The players don't even look like they want to be there. So look, if you don't want to play for Manchester United and you're not good enough to play for Manchester United, if bids come in for you, we're going to consider them. If good bids come in for you, we're going to accept them. That's the way I would look at it. And we spoke about Diao leaving Real Betis earlier on. So there has been reports that Real Betis are looking at Antony from Manchester United to replace Diao. Probably a loan, that's my guessing. Again, if I'm making decisions in Manchester United, or if I'm a Man United fan, again, I'm saying au revoir, good riddance, see you later, ciao. These players just simply are not good enough for Manchester United. They need a full clear out. They'll probably have to cut the losses on most players. Let's be honest. They're going to have to make a loss on most players. But if you get a significant amount of money for certain players, you've got to cut ties. If Antony does go to Real Betis, they can only afford to pay half his wages. So you've got to look at the pros and cons. Can you save half of his wages and use that money to bring in a player that's better suited and fitted to Amorim's system? So you've got to look at what opportunities are available before allowing them to leave. But this January, this summer, one or the other, Antony should not be on Manchester United books anymore. Again, that's my opinion. I would love to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments below. It looks like Anselmino does not have significant points to secure a UK work permit. As a result, he's likely to be sent out on loan to Chelsea's sister club, Strasbourg, or another European club for the rest of the season. If this is true, this is probably why Chelsea recalled him from loan, because he needs to build up those points before the beginning of next season. Strasbourg wouldn't be a bad option at all, but I was kind of looking forward to him playing alongside Levi Colwill, because I think since Fofana has come out the side, Levi Colwill's performances have dropped, and I think that's because he's got Tosin next to him and Disasi, and I don't think those two have the speed and athleticism to play alongside Levi Colwill. Fofana's got it, Anselmino's got it. So I actually think the arrival of Anselmino would benefit Levi Colwill. So it is a shame he just can't come straight into the side if this is believed to be true. But on the flip side, let's recall him, let's loan him out so he can pick up those points to get a work permit so he can hit the ground running at the beginning of next season. And staying with Chelsea, I've just found one more piece of news that I want to talk about. Chelsea are eyeing up a move for both Liam Delap and Evan Ferguson as they look to provide competition for first choice striker Nicholas Jackson. Now, out the two, I can't see Liam Delap leaving Ipswich this January, so if a transfer is going to happen for Liam Delap, it would more likely be on the summer. So let's talk about Evan Ferguson. It looks like he is available for loan. Now, if it's a loan deal, the reward completely outweighs the risk, because if you bring him in on loan and he scores 10 goals for the rest of the season, you've got an absolute gem that fits into your system. If you bring him in on loan and he's just a bit part player and he can't seem to find his feet at the football club, then you just send him back in the summer. So the reward completely outweighs the risk. However, if I'm the likes of Newcastle, who's looking for backup for Alexander Isak, or West Ham, who are crying out for a striker, Everton, who are crying out for a striker, they've only scored 15 league goals this season, I'm looking to loan Evan Ferguson because, again, the reward completely outweighs the risk. He's not going to be on astronomical amounts of wages. There isn't a possibility that he's going to score you goals. Now, I know he's not been scoring goals at the minute, but if you think about him 18 months ago, he was banging them in for fun. So the quality's there, just needs the opportunity. He had that big injury and he hasn't been given the opportunity since. So it looks like he's out of favour at Brighton. So again, if I'm one of these clubs, even Chelsea, as they look for backup, because Christopher Nkunku does not fit the system. So if they want a player that fits the system just for a short-term option until the rest of the season, why not try an Evan Ferguson? I can't see Liam Delap happening in January. I just can't. I think Ipswich are going to want ridiculous amounts of money to prize him away from Ipswich at this stage of the season. So why not give it a go? You never ever know what can happen. And if it doesn't work out, you send them back. But again, if I'm the likes of Newcastle, with Callum Wilson being injured, West Ham, that need to replace Jared Bowen's goals, Chelsea, who need a better profile for Enzo Maresca's system, or even Arsenal, who could just do with a new fresh legs in that centre-forward option. So there is options for Evan Ferguson. Now, it's up to the clubs if they're willing to take that risk. But like I say, the reward completely outweighs the risk. And if he can be the difference between finishing in European place or top 4 or whatever it might be. But yeah, I don't actually think this transfer window is going to be as quiet as previous windows or as expected. I actually think there's going to be a lot of movers, but it's more likely to be loan movers. So let's just wait and see. It's going to be interesting. If you've liked this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button before you leave. I'm going to be doing a lot more scout reports, a lot more analysis on what player can fit which club in this window, etc. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on those. And until next time, I just want to say I appreciate you all watching. Thank you very much. And until next time, ciao for now.